Hi, Hattie. I just need to make a video to get myself going, and then I think perhaps I will be in the zone and be able to do some other ones. I just wanted to boof, like, practice, man. Okay, and by the way, no, I'm not stoned under here for everyone who's wondering. I wear those glasses because I'm in front of this bright computer screen all day and I don't like it. So, like, my god, this thing's crazy. And I have a monitor here and a monitor here, and that's for work, and this is where I make my videos. And I like having eyes, so I'm protecting them, or vision rather. But yeah, there's no reason other than that, and they are prescription, so thank you very much. Anyway, um, Naona glasses available at the store very soon. I'm kidding. That was a friend of mine. Okay, so I went on sort of like a nice qigong kick, and then I would fall off for a day, 2 days, 3 days, go back, feel a real difference, and be like, God, I need to do this every day. And then this whole week, for some reason, it was almost like a blanket, like a sheet, just interfering and wrapping you up in it, and you're not sure why you're not doing your normal things because there was nothing really. It's almost like an echo of when like I would drink way, 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 way too much on the weekends and then not practice for like 5 days, because it would take me that long to feel like myself again before I could practice. Except this time there was nothing impeding me. I was just like, no, I had a great weekend. I'm sober and not recovering from, a night of wild debauchery. So, what's keeping me from doing my spiritual practice? A bit of a change in schedule, but it shouldn't have affected me that much. It's just like a sudden lack of motivation or a sudden lack of feeling what the big deal was. I wasn't even distracted. I just had all this downtime, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take a nap. And so I finally went to practice. Well, before that, actually, I was just sitting here, and I'm like, activating the Akadua and doing all this stuff, and I am blown away because I usually just throw it in there. But what I've been, like whenever, but what I've been doing lately is trying to let the Akadawa just be a part of my Qigong practice, so that it just flows naturally and that the energies blend together. And it's more difficult than you might think because they are so distinct that I feel like the Akadawa wants to open up channels for Qi to flow through. Um, and it also guides it. It doesn't push it, But it's strange, this split awareness of being aware of this energy, which is like liquid, and then this awareness of moving heat, which is much more steamy, and that's the chi, and the energy of the body, and being able to switch between them and just be like, no, this is the Akadwa, no, this is the bodily chi energy, and then breathing is like important in all practices. And so breathing and trying to connect the Akadawa to the breath is like, I don't know if you can hear me, but it's like it's like this still, steady, slow breath, and it's so much slower than the breath that you need for chi, to move chi. And I mean, I don't want to say that. I mean, chi moves very slowly. That's the thing. And so to direct it with the breath, I mean, because we can, that's a breath, whatever, that's terrible, but it's a terrible breath. But we can do anything with the breath. We can do it fast, we can do it slow, whatever. And as you learn to move energy through your body, or as you learn to direct it, or what am I trying to say? As you learn to breathe with the flow, I guess is probably the best way to describe it. And just to be there, your awareness locks onto it in any position, or just the feeling of it. Your awareness locks onto your breath, and those two things are one, hopefully. and that's a really good place to be in any energy practice. Qigong, I'm pretty much talking about right now. And when you suddenly have an energy like the Kadua that is much more refined, typically, than one's own Qi, and it affects Qi, and it guides Qi or opens up pathways for Qi, it's just like so absolutely strange splitting this awareness between all of these things, three things right now, and trying to figure out how to synthesize them. All right. So what I've been doing is trying to be with the Akadua and just allow the chi to also naturally flow. I'll do, the qigong practice and be with that energy, and then I'll do more of an Akadua practice and just like, just let it push me in different places and fill my lungs up with that energy. And it's just so much slower and more controlled, but not in like a tight way. It's just controlled. It just is, it's much more almost like serious. I don't know. Really difficult to describe, and I've been trying to figure out how to get these energies to mix the right way for a long time. So for quite a long time, messages. So for quite a long time, I would do my spontaneous practice, then I would activate the Akadawa and the various chakras, and it was amazing. Or sometimes I would do the Akadawa practice, and then I would do the spontaneous practice just to see what would happen. And I found out a lot of things. Sometimes the Akadawa would keep this lighter energy from coming through, and it would take a much longer time for things to get going. Okay, there we go. There's the energy of Tai Chi or yin and yang flowing through my body, and I'm starting to do the spontaneous stuff. And so it was always a puzzle to me. It's like, well, where does this stuff fit? Do you express it towards your body's energy, let's say the three treasures, as you're trying to refine those within your body and create an elixir, create a special alchemical mixture? You've already got this alchemical mixture, which is the Akadua, which was given to you. Do you express that towards your body's natural energy and let it refine them for you? Or is it its own thing? It's just all this stuff, so I'm starting to figure all this kind of junk out. What I really noticed is after 4 days of not practicing anything, I was like sitting here and I'm like, oh my god, my energy is so shut down. For the past week or whatever, I had been just sitting with the Akadawa and just each chakra, attention here, open it up, attention here, open it up, let that variety of the Akadawa flow, whatever it corresponds to, whichever chakra it corresponds to that I'm focusing on. So all the way at the one above the crown, start there, lapis, focus there, lapis, let it move through my entire field. Focus on the next one, the crown, unnamed, let it focus there, let it move through my entire field. The next one, third eye, atmospheric, focus there, let it move through my entire field, all the way down. And I'm feeling like all this amazing stuff, and I'm like, I can sense things far away from me. I can feel how equally sensitive I am, because I'm shielded from the things that are affecting me. So when I'm sitting in front of my desk and there's a news story coming at me that I have to write that is really, really disturbing, instead of getting swept up in it and then expressing it later, not realizing that it actually upset me, and then it comes out as tears that I don't know, what to attach the emotion to, or irritability, or uncomfortableness, discomfort, or whatever, emotional, mental, or spiritual, or whatever, I would feel that this stuff was affecting me, but I was sort of shielded from it, So it's like, it's out there, it's messing me up, but okay, it's just kind of like a fish sailing by, the vast ocean that is me. Wow, that was lame. So, then I was activating it after the 4 days of not doing anything, and I was just like, oh my god, I feel so shut down and not vibrant right now. Then I have to get back into this mode of actually doing things, and it's just it just reinforces for me the fact how important it is to practice. And if you can't practice every day, you don't really know how much just taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes to just really, really focus on one thing. Like an exercise, like going through every single chakra, focusing there, opening it up with a certain energy. Just focus, focus, focus. The focus is the opening. That's all you have to do. Concentrate. You don't have to visualize anything. Just concentrate on that place. Feel that place. Try to feel it. Try to listen to it. Try to use any of your senses, and it will get you to concentrate on it. It will get you to focus on it. That's what your senses are for. Okay? And eventually, it is supposed to be one taste. It's supposed to be one sense, which involves all of the senses, and there's way more than 5. Um, you know, or even 6. Otherwise, you wouldn't have clairvoyance and clairsentience and clairaudibleness, craziness. Anyway, so just practice is important. And what I'm doing this is like sort of jumping off point, because this is basically this experience is basically propelling me to do the next videos that I'm going to do, which is we need to practice, people. We need to do things. We need practices, and I want to share this with you guys. It's going to be couched in Akadawa work. So if you're not familiar with the Akadawa, or if you don't have the Akadawa, it doesn't matter. You can feed off the energy coming out of the video if you want to, or call it down. You will get something. If you have any other type of energy work, or of energy, that you normally work with, then you can use that instead, and it'll be effective as well. But I'm also hoping that some of these videos for some of my other subscribers will compel people to want to work with the Akadawa, because you will be able to feel how strongly it is coming from me in the video, and yeah, so it'll be fun. And these will also be videos for practice. When you do have the Akadawa, when you have any type of energy, again, you can just watch these videos to almost like a guided meditation, but for energy work, So what do we do with this energy once we have it? What do we do once we have Reiki? We go like this and we heal ourselves, What do we do once we have the Akadawa? We go like this and we focus it and we let it activate, and then we notice things around us. Well, what does that even mean, notice the things around us? I'll probably touch a lot more on this in the next video. That it means to use your senses. Your senses are what sharpen the mind a lot in certain ways. They focus the mind in different directions. That's why when you're going within, sometimes the practice is to shut down all of the senses so that we're only left with presence, that we're only left with awareness. If we're not used to doing that, we'll fall asleep or get so distracted in our own minds we won't even notice our presence, our witnessing consciousness, the consciousness that just is, the I am presence, the witnessing consciousness, the consciousness that just witnesses things without judging them. Everything else that judges comes from other senses, and the mind, which is stupid. So that's what we're going to focus on, using senses in order to activate the Akadawa, or any type of energy specifically. And this, of course, ties into the power of Yi, or intention, and we'll talk about that as well. So this should be fun.